What's up, guys? It's KB. Make sure you subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Click the bell icon down below so you don't miss a single video from us. And thanks for tuning in to another video from Underground Sports Philadelphia. Now let's get into it.
Philadelphia, baby, you're going to love it. Best sports fans in the world. Actually, the worst, but that's what makes them the best.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome into episode number 635 of Underground Sports Philadelphia, presented by the city of Vineland. It's KB coming at ya. I'm only solo dolo for the opening and the close. I'll be joined by Christian, the Wiz, later on in the show to kind of put a bow on this Sixers season. But I'm going to talk Phils with you solo dolo. I think Pat Pitts got lost on a golf course today, so he's unable to make it for this episode. But I'm going to talk Fighting Phils. I'm fired up. You should be fired up. And the Phillies are the best goddamn team in baseball. And we're going to talk all about it. Plus, we'll get to underground stats and info. But before we get into all of that, make sure you guys are following us on the socials at UndergroundPHI on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Facebook.com/UndergroundSportsPHI, where we are closing in on 3,000 followers. Twitch.tv/UndergroundSportsPHI. You can follow me on Twitter at KBIZZL311. Subscribe to the podcast feed on Apple and Spotify. Leave a 5-star rating and review on those two platforms. It really does help when you guys subscribe. Helps us continue to grow, helps more people find the pod. And that's what we want to do. We want to keep building this underground community. As I take a swig of water there. Want to keep building the underground community, so keep subscribing, be a friend, tell a friend, leave a 5-star rating and review on the podcast feed on Apple and Spotify. It really does help the show in a lot of ways. And continue subscribing to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel, youtube.com/@UndergroundSportsPhiladelphia. That's where you get full video episodes of this show twice a week, full video episodes of every show on our network, clips, shorts, live streams, original video content. It is all on our YouTube channel. We're at 784 subscribers as of this recording. So keep on subscribing. Let's get to 800 subscribers. I can see it. I can see the vision. We're almost there. Let's get to 800 subscribers sooner rather than later. Let's hit it before the Phillies hit the road this coming weekend for the first time in a long time, as they've been back home now for this Giants series, and then they have 2 against the Blue Jays. So let's do it before they go on the road to take on the Marlins and the Mets. Let's make that happen. YouTube.com/@UndergroundSportsPhiladelphia. And of course, this show is presented by the City of Vineland, and the City of Vineland Municipal Calendar features city-organized, city-sponsored, and city-affiliated events that are of public interest. The calendar, which is accessible at vinelandcity.org, is a good way for residents and visitors to build awareness, remain engaged with city government, and participate in local events. You can also follow the City of Vineland on social media via their Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube pages. You can also follow us on LinkedIn. That's linked in the description. And through these tools, you can stay connected to the community and get important announcements about programs and services offered by the city. Vineland, New Jersey, where it's always growing season. And big thank you to Security 21 Security Systems and Paul J. Gillespie Incorporated for their continued support of this podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, your Fighting Phils are the best team in baseball. The number 1 team in baseball are the Philadelphia Phillies. And I love it. I love every second of it. I love that the Phillies are just going out. They're beating teams every which way. They have the best record in baseball. They have the best run differential in the NL East. They're top of the division. 9-1 in their last 10. Have won 5 in a row. Have won 9 in a row at Citizens Bank Park. They're 9-0 in their last 9 games on Cinco de Mayo. And the Phillies are just good vibes right now, baby. They are just all types of good vibes. And it is brought to you by our awesome merch partners at PHI Apparel Company. If you want to stand out in the crowd, whether you're going to a tailgate, going to Citizens Bank Park, going to Subaru Park, taking the Union, gearing up for, any occasion, PHI Apparel Company's got you covered. The best merch in the game, from shirts and hoodies and a whole lot more. They've got you covered. The official merch partners of Underground Sports Philadelphia. You guys can go to phiapparel.co if you want to stand out in the crowd and have people asking you where you got that merch. You can get official Underground Sports Philadelphia podcast merch as well. phiapparel.co. And when you go to checkout, use code Underground for 10% off your merch orders. Most effective and direct way to support everything we're doing. That's phiapparel.co. Code Underground, 10% off your order. The Fightins, they win on Sunday Night Baseball. They've taken the first 3 games against the San Francisco Giants. And my, oh my, is it just a beautiful, beautiful thing, guys. It's just so great. It's so good. You know, I say this every time, and CFO Margie and Sarah were at the game tonight for the season tickies. And I say this to CFO Margie all the time, whether we're going to a game or we're at home watching and the Phillies are on the road or it's not one of our games. The week just starts so much better for you when you know the Phillies won on Sunday. I don't know what it is, if it's just the sicko NFL fan in me that when your team wins on Sunday, the week gets off to a much better start. But when the Phillies win on Sunday, and especially when they win in the national spotlight on Sunday Night Baseball, it just gets your week started on such a better foot, and it is just so beautiful to know that the Phillies are starting my week off great by winning 3 out of 4 so far. Excuse me. They've taken the first 3 games against the Giants here, and they also took the final 2 games against the Angels out in Anaheim. Obviously, they lost one of them out there, but they took 2 out of 3 from the Angels and have won 5 in a row. They've won 9 out of their last 10. 9-1 in their last 10, which is beautiful. And they can keep that rolling by winning on Monday. And, guys, it is just so fun watching this team right now. And it's so great to know that I have been right about this Phillies team from the jump. People all offseason were coming at me, criticizing the signing of Aaron Nola to the extension and, you know, him coming back instead of signing some of these other guys. Well, here, I want to catch everyone up to speed on some of these other guys that were in the mix for the Phillies to potentially sign. One of them being on this San Francisco Giants team, and that is Blake Snell. Oh, that's right. He's currently on the injured list. Not that we want anyone to be injured, but he's on the injured list. He's going to be out for some time. 0-3 in 3 starts with an 11.57 ERA in 11 2/3 innings pitched, just 12 strikeouts and almost a 2 whip, a 1.97 whip. That is Blake Snell. And then we go to the other offseason darling, who I did pound the table for to come to sign with the Fightin' Phils, and then he signed with the now 15-20 Arizona Diamondbacks, and that is Jordan Montgomery, who right now, ladies and gentlemen, Jordan Montgomery pitching for those Diamondbacks. I want to pull it up here. He has pitched, to the chagrin, in 3 games, a 1-2 record, a 5.63 ERA in 16 innings pitched, just 8 strikeouts, and a 1.31 whip. I think the Phillies did a damn good job going out and getting Aaron Nola back on this team. They did a great job going and getting Spencer Turnbull for a $2 million contract, who has been fantastic for this team so far. And goddamn, is he just awesome. Is he just awesome? And by he, I mean the longest active hit streak in Major League Baseball right now, and he's going to be a goddamn all-star this year because he's the best third baseman in the National League right now, and that's Alec Bohm, baby. Shout out to my boy Dave, UK Phillies. Alec Bohm, Alec Bohm, Alec Bohm. Let's go. Come on, lads. Let's go. Alec Bohm, 18-game hitting streak, playing impeccable defense. He's hitting the cover off the ball. He is just on another planet right now. And it just, I say it every week. I say it every week. And you guys are recognizing it. But hey, I was right. I was right about Alec Bohm. You weren't. Maybe some of you listening were. I know some of you listening were, but we were right. We were always right. From the jump since 2020, we were always right about Alec Boehm. He's been our guy since the moment we drafted him, since the moment he got called up. We were calling for him to win Rookie of the Year, and he got robbed. He is that guy, and we told you guys. We tried to tell you. And all of you bozos at home who didn't want to listen, you're looking like absolute fools right now because you wanted to trade for Nolan Arenado. You wanted to trade for who fucking knows who. But we were always right about Alec Boehm. We never wavered. That's our fucking guy through and through. And my goodness, does it feel good to be right. It just feels great. It feels great. And you guys at home who were wrong, you should feel bad. I hope you feel bad. I hope you feel bad forever because you deserve to feel bad forever about ever doubting Alec Boehm. He's the fucking man, and he is just so cool, calm, and collected. And he's the best third baseman in the National League right now, and he's one of the best third basemen in baseball right now. He's got the longest active hit streak in the major leagues with 18 games. Don't look now, Mickey Mantle. I'm sorry, Joe DiMaggio. Whoever it is. It's going to be Alec Boehm. That's who it's going to be. But, man, it feels great. It feels so good. Brandon Marsh is playing extremely well. Brandon Marsh mic'd up. ESPN doesn't have to mic up another player the rest of the season. Brandon Marsh revolutionized and changed the game of the mic'd up for ESPN on Sunday Night Baseball tonight. He was impeccable. Got ESPN aggregated to have questions asked to Brandon Marsh, and then they just had Boehm ask if he was wearing his Huaraches, and he's like, "These them off-whites, these ain't no Huaraches." Like, guys, you know the Phils might be on fire when we got Big Bro Zoe tweeting about the Phils and saying, I want to quote him correctly, you know it might be a special year when Zoe is quote tweeting the Phillies saying maybe the year meant me and Brandon Marsh quoting Boss Band D-Lo lyrics all the way to a title. And my goodness, it's great. The vibes are impeccable. They asked Brandon Marsh if he was starting a rock band, who would be in it and what's the name. He said it would be him, Stubbs, Kyle Schwarber, Christian Pache, and the band name is Stay Loose and Sexy, baby. I just fucking love this team. I love this team so much. I can't wait to be back at Citizens Bank Park. It feels like it's been an eternity since I have been there. I haven't been there since the Fanatics' birthday. I won't be there again until May 17th as far as confirmed games that I'm going to. God, this team is just so fun. I'll be there May 17th and the 19th with CFO Margie. We'll be there for City Connect night, for Bryson Stott bobblehead night, and then we'll be there on the 19th as well. But man, this team is just so good, guys. They're so good. Ranger Suarez, National League Pitcher of the Month in April. Don't say I didn't try to tell you that this team wasn't going to be good. And they are just on fire. 24-11. 16-3 in their last 19 games. I'm just giddy. I'm giddy about this team, guys, and you can't make me feel otherwise. They're 2.5 up on the loser Braves who got swept by the Dodgers. Shout out to Shohei. Shout out to Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman doing the damn thing, just obliterating the Braves and killing all their moral compasses and just making Braves fans go into a spiral. I love this team so much. I love this team. They are so fun. They are dominating teams, and it is just so much fun to watch. They're 13-6 at home, 11-5 on the road, and people want to start bringing up schedules and everything. We play who's on the schedule. That's the thing. Teams are underperforming. That's their own fault. We play who's on our schedule. Sorry, Braves fans. It may not be as easy to sweep the White Sox as we made it look. But we did it, and you didn't. So, sorry about your luck. Sorry about your luck. God, I love this team. A 686 winning percentage? Are you kidding me? Come on. Stop playing with the boys. They're just awesome. Taijuan Walker in 2 starts so far has been solid. You can't really complain about what Taijuan has done. I think the real thing to bring up is that Rob Thompson, Caleb Cotham, the coaching staff need to realize Taijuan is kind of at a point where like he's got to go 6 innings. That's where he looks comfortable, and then you got to go to the bullpen. You can't let him stay in and mess up his starts. You've done that these first 2 starts for him where against the Padres it was that they played when he started, stayed in too long, gave up the runs that were unnecessary, and it kind of put a sour taste in people's mouths about an overall very quality start for Taijuan Walker. This game stays in, goes in 6 1/3, and gives up the home run to Thairo Estrada to make it 5-3. I would take Taijuan out after 6 innings. 6 innings, he looked great. He's been great 1 through 6. He's been phenomenal. You know, probably more than a lot of people expected, and I've been banging the drum for Taijuan Walker. I think he's a very solid pitcher, and obviously he got the free agent money, so people are going to have that expectation on him. But it's not like he's not a viable pitcher. He can still pitch. He's pitching to contact. That's the type of pitcher he's always been. He's never been a strikeout pitcher. The Phillies have the defense behind him to accommodate that. I think it's just a matter of being ready to pull the plug on him and saying, okay, it's time to pull you. We got to go to the bullpen for 2.5 innings. I see no issue with that. Especially when you have Spencer Turnbull in the bullpen right now on full rest, which it feels like he's going to piggyback Christopher Sanchez on Tuesday. And we'll see how that goes because I think Monday we have... Who do we have pitching on Monday? Yeah, Zach Wheeler's pitching Monday's game against the Giants. So then it'll be Christopher Sanchez on Tuesday against the Blue Jays, which I'm sure Spencer Turnbull's going to piggyback there to just keep him going. But the Fightins are on fire, ladies and gents, and I just love this team. I love this team with everything in me, and it is so fun. We're going to have such a fun summer at Citizens Bank Park, and I am just over the moon, thrilled with how this team is playing right now. They are playing fun. They're playing loose. And I was talking to the OG tonight. Like, they're hitting home runs. Like, Bryce hit a 3-run home run tonight, which was great, off of Logan Webb, who had only given up a home run previously this season to Mookie Betts. And now it's Mookie and Bryce. The Phillies aren't relying on the home run ball to be successful, which is good. That's a good thing for this offense. They can manufacture runs. They can hit the long ball. They can capitalize on defensive miscues from teams, which they've been doing all season. They can win in a plethora of ways, and that's the sign of a good baseball team. They're not dependent on one outcome for them to score runs, and they're doing things in a multitude of ways. Like, you don't need guys to just be slugging home runs to win games, and when it comes, it's great. And it's awesome, and everyone loves a home run ball. But when you have a team like this Phillies team where Bryce can hit a home run tonight, but then you also have the bases loaded and Mundo Sosa hits an infield single on a broken bat, and it allows guys to come in and score. You have Bryson Stott hitting doubles that score someone like Nick Castellanos, JT Realmuto driving in runs. Like, they can score runs in so many different ways that makes this team so versatile, and you can't approach them as a pitcher, as an opposing pitcher, in one-dimensional ways. So that is the sign of a good team. That's the way this team has been playing all year. And for all the bozos and cowards out there who were saying the sky was falling when the Phillies lost 2 out of 3 to the Braves, who said the sky was falling when they split with the Pirates, I hope you are having the worst time right now. And you deserve to sound like a bozo. You deserve to feel bad about your takes. It is just so great. It's so great knowing that people doubted this team, and the fact that there were people out there questioning whether or not this team was going to be good in early April is crazy to me. It's so early in a baseball season, and you were doubting them already, which, thank you for doubting them, you fucking morons. And that includes a bunch of people at the local radio station, including generational Philly sports hater Tom Kelly. He just preys on the downfall of teams, I've come to know. Just seeing his posts get retweeted onto my timeline, which, like, if you're retweeting anything he has to say, you're out of your fucking mind. That dude just breeds negativity for Philly sports teams. Joe Giglio, all of those losers at WIP who are just, like, hoping for the downfall of teams so that they have content to talk about is great. And the Phillies are on fucking fire, and I just want them to keep winning. And it's so good for our agenda that we put going into that Angels series. That I said they could end up going 24-7 in their next 31 games. And since we said that, it was after the Padres series. Since we have said that, they have won 2 out of 3 against the Angels, 3 out of 4 so far against the Giants. That's 5 in a row. 5 of their last 6. It's looking good for old KB. That's looking good for old KB. God damn. They won 5 in a row. That's 5. So 19 more wins, and we might have the clip of the century on our hands. Obviously, you got to beat San Francisco, go for that 4-game sweep. That'll be huge. Beat Toronto, who is not a good team right now. They're 16-19. I think they lost to the Nationals on Sunday. Then you go and play Miami, not a good team. Play the Mets, not a good team. Play Washington, frisky but not overall a good team. Texas, underachieving right now. Colorado, not a good team. San Francisco, again, not a good team in my opinion. But you get them in San Francisco. And then you get St. Louis, not a good team. It's just fucking awesome, guys. It's awesome being a Phillies fan right now. We're the best team in baseball. The Philadelphia Phillies are the best team in Major League Baseball as of this recording. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Let's go to Underground Stats and Info. It's brought to you by our pals over at FOCO, the best and leaders in forever collectibles, with officially licensed merch and apparel and collectibles from Major League Baseball, the National Basketball Association, the National Football League, the National Hockey League, WWE, entertainment, college basketball, college football, you name it, they've got you covered with the best collectibles in the game. You guys have seen me wearing the overalls. It's almost overall season for your boy. I got to get the short hauls as well to just be styling and profiling at Citizens Bank Park whenever I can. Click the link in the description so that FOCO knows you're supporting us, so that we know you're just all in on supporting the boys, supporting FOCO. Click that link in the description, because when they see you click the link, it helps support us. You're supporting FOCO, and we love when you support our advertisers because they're supporting us. Shout out to FOCO for sponsoring the podcast. Looking at your NL East and Major League Baseball run differentials, brought to you by FOCO. Your Fightin' Phils are 24-11 in first place, 9-1 in their last 10, have won 5 in a row, have scored the most runs in the division, and have the best run differential in the division, baby. Let's go. We haven't been able to say that ever on this show. They have a plus 40 run differential, and it's a beautiful thing. This is a historic day, a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Then we go to the 20-12 Atlanta Braves, who are 2.5 games back in the division. They're 4-6 in their last 10. Got swept by the Dodgers. They've scored 163 runs this year, have given up 129 for a plus 34 run differential. Then the even Steven stolen franchise 17-17 Washington Nationals. They're 7-3 in their last 10, but they have a negative 10 run differential. They've given up 152 runs, scored 142. Then the 16-18 New York Mets, Lowell Mets, they're 3-7 in their last 10. They've scored 150 runs, given up 148 for a plus 2 run differential. And then the 10-26, which, if I'm not mistaken, no longer the worst team in baseball, just by a margin. Miami Marlins, they are 4-6 in their last 10. They've given up 205 runs, have scored 137 for a run differential of negative 68. Looking around the rest of the National League, the Brewers, Cubs, and Reds all with positive run differentials at plus 21, plus 18, and plus 4, respectively. Reds are 16 and 18 with a plus run differential. The Pirates are 16 and 19 with a negative 15 run differential, and the 15 and 19 St. Louis Cardinals have a negative 32 run differential. Then we move to the NL West. The Dodgers, shout out to them for coming through against the Braves. They've got the best run differential in the National League at plus 63. They've scored 197 runs on the year. The Padres are 18 and 19 and have a plus 11 run differential. The 15 and 20 Arizona Diamondbacks have a plus 7 run differential. The San Francisco Giants now have a negative 36 run differential. And the 8 and 26 Colorado Rockies have given up 200 runs. They've hit the 200 run mark, as have the Marlins, obviously, but the Marlins have given up more runs. But the Rockies have a negative 77 run differential on the year. We have two teams in the 200 plus run surrendered club. Then we move to the American League, the AL East, the Baltimore Orioles, New York Yankees, and Boston Red Sox, all with positive run differentials at plus 55, plus 42, and plus 41, respectively. The 17 and 18 Tampa Bay Rays have a negative 38 run differential, and the 16 and 19 Toronto Blue Jays have a negative 37 run differential. Then we move to Pat Pitts' favorite division, the AL Central. The Cleveland Guardians, who are 22 and 12, have a plus 43 run differential. The Minnesota Twins, who just got hot out of nowhere, are 19 and 14, 9 and 1 in their last 10. They have a plus 13 run differential. The Kansas City Royals are 20 and 15, have a plus 44 run differential. The 18 and 16 Detroit Tigers have a plus 4 run differential. And the 8 and 26, which is tied with the Rockies, yes, Chicago White Sox have finally scored 100 runs. Bravo, boys. 100 exactly. They've surrendered 182 for a negative 82 run differential, which is the worst in Major League Baseball. And then the blah division, the AL West, the Seattle Mariners are 19 and 15, have a plus 13 run differential. The Texas Rangers are 19 and 16, have a plus 24 run differential. The Oakland A's are 17 and 18, have a negative 23 run differential. The 12 and 22 Houston Astros, it's getting late quick for them, have a negative 20 run differential, and then the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim are 12 and 22 as well, and have a negative 41 run differential. And those are your run differentials in Major League Baseball as of this recording across the NL East and Major League Baseball. And now we move to the Platinum Plunk standings here in May. As we look ahead, as the Cleveland Guardians took home the month of April, they are still in the lead with the hit-by-pitch category. They have now been hit by 28 pitches so far this season. The Minnesota Twins are in second with 27, and the Washington Nationals have joined the 20 club. They're at 21. The Red Sox are at 19. The Baltimore Orioles and New York Mets are at 18. And then at 17, it is the Detroit Tigers, St. Louis Cardinals, Tampa Bay Rays, and then at 15, which is league average, the Atlanta Braves, Milwaukee Brewers, Oakland A's, and Seattle Mariners. Your fighting Phils are tied at the bottom now with the San Diego Padres, as Alec Boehm got hit by a pitch this weekend, and I believe somebody got hit tonight on Sunday Night Baseball, if I'm not mistaken. But I know Boehm got hit and was an absolute sicko. I got to find that clip because that is like pure Platinum Plunk clip. But the Phillies and Padres tied at the bottom with 7 hit by pitches this season. And then looking at the overall player standings, it is still Mr. Andres Jimenez and Ryan Jeffers at the top with 7. And then a new member has hit second place, and that is that loser dweeb, Brandon Nimmo from the New York Mets, has been hit by 6 pitches. Kevin Biggio, Mark Canha, Brendan Donovan, Tyler Freeman, Gunnar Henderson, Ramon Laureano, Josh Smith, and Jesse Winker have all been hit by 5 pitches. And then we move on down, trying to find our Phillies leader here. I believe it is still Trey Turner, even though he is out for 6 weeks, which I didn't mention. It's a bummer. But I think the Phillies will be able to weather that storm. Just want Trey to get back healthy. Hamstrings are tricky, and you want your guy to be at 100% or as close to 100%, especially with an injury of that caliber. Trying to find the fight-ins on the list. Yeah, Trey Turner at 2. And then it looks like everyone else is still at 1. Johan Rojas at 1. Let's see. Let's do this. Scrolling down. So, your Phillies who have been hit by a pitch this season are as follows. Bryson Stott 1, Edmundo Sosa 1, Johan Rojas 1, JT Realmuto 1, Alec Boehm 1, and Trey Turner still leading the way with 2. So those are your Platinum Plunk standings and your run differentials, aka your underground stats and info, brought to you by FOCO. And now, without any further ado, we're going to kick it to talking some Sixers. But before we do, it is brought to you by our pals over at Kenwood Beer, the official beer partner of Underground Sports Philadelphia. They just released new shirts and restocked their hats that are on their website. The shirts are awesome. I ordered mine. I had to. It is one of the coolest shirts across anywhere that you can get your hands on. Kenwood Beer, it is a refreshing light beer, just 4.1% ABV, only 120 calories, and just 8 grams of carbs. You can go to kenwoodbeer.com and use the Kenny Finder to see who's got Kenwood Beer on tap in the Pittsburgh, New Jersey, Maryland, and of course, the hometown, Philadelphia areas. You can also get it at your local liquor stores in those markets. And if you're going to the Man Center this summer, you can get Tall Boy Kenny's at the Man Center all summer long. That's kenwoodbeer.com. Must be 21 or older to do so. And, of course, please drink responsibly. And now, without any further ado, we're going to kick it to myself and Christian to put to rest the 2023-2024 Philadelphia 76ers. All right, ladies and gents, about the Philadelphia 76ers and put this season in its rightful grave. It's KV and Christian joining me to bury the 2023-2024 Sixers. I don't know about you, Christian, but going into the month of January, I kind of lost all hope and expectation for this team, and obviously the 8-game win streak at the end of the year, and then you beat the Heat in the play-in was all fun and everything, but you were kidding yourself if you were anybody out there thinking the Sixers could go on a legitimate run in the playoffs with the state that Joel Embiid was in and the inconsistent state that everybody else on this bench was in. It was fun while it lasted, and we'll always have Maxey at the Garden in Game 5, but everyone was kidding themselves thinking the Sixers were going to beat the Knicks.
So yeah, I as soon as Embiid went down again, I was like, okay, yeah, this goodbye season, bye. But in the greatest sense of this was always kind of how it was going to end. This was always kind of how the pseudo big 3 that was like a big 1.5 by the end of it, because we realistically had half of an Embiid was going to end, and now they have $60 million in cap space,
which can increase even more because they didn't get to the actual second round. So Paul Reed's contract is no longer guaranteed, and that's all tradable. So I think they can get upwards of $70 million in cap space by the time the offseason fully rolls around. If they were to trade Paul Reed.
Which I've got my own specific takes about one specific thing the Sixers should do in the offseason, or try and do, I should say. But I think we will forever remember just how after being solid for a year or maybe two, the Kaiser Soze act in 2 times out of 3 years between Ben Simmons and Tobias Harris is truly something to marvel at. How both these dudes just disappear.
Like, I have a great joke for you, Christian.
Brother, you're getting outperformed by Nico Batum, who's what, 34?
35.
35? And Buddy Hield couldn't break the fucking rotation.
Until game 6 and then caught fire. I have a great joke for you. What do you, myself, Tobias Harris, and a crumble cookie all have in common, but also not have in common from game 6 of the game against the Knicks?
0 points?
We all had 0 points, and the only thing Tobias Harris had the upper edge on all of us was he got some free cardio in for 28 minutes. Like, what a perfect cherry on top ending to that abysmal contract.
Goodbye.
Like, just horrific. And now your best options this offseason are all guys in their mid-30s. Sure. Right now, the only guys that should be on this roster, realistically, going into next year that aren't, like, you know, bench player type guys that may stick around, like the guys that should be on this roster.
Maxey,
Joel Embiid, Kelly Oubre should be back. And I feel like he will be back. And then Ricky Council. Those are the only guys.
I mean, he's on a 4-year deal, I think, 3-year. So he's going to be back.
So he's going to be here, and I think he's a fine player.
He'll be like the 9th man in the rotation, which cheers. I'm here with that. I will run counter to what you said. Is his season kind of got ruined by injuries, but when he was playing D'Anthony Melton,
yeah,
like, I hope the D'Anthony Melton would have been great for this team. It would mean we didn't have to deal with Kyle Lowry. So I mean, as if you can get him back on a not psychotic number, like, please bring him back. I'm. Do I unleash my draft take, Kyle?
Unleash the draft take.
Kyle Filipowski, come on down. Kyle. How many years have we talked about the Sixers not having a functional center behind Embiid? And listen, I hate it too. I hate it so much too. But if we can get a 7-foot cost-controlled guy who seemingly is a functional player, who can actually play defense and has offensive game, if we cannot go negative in the Embiid minutes and also have Embiid actually be fucking healthy because we're not having to play him that many minutes, like, listen, I know it feels bad. I know it's like we should try and get Dahl to connect, but sure, I like that idea. But we've been dealing with a center issue for 6 years at this point. It's becoming comical. Please.
Or you somehow find a way to convince Andre Drummond to come back.
No, we did this.
I'd rather, yeah, and he was the best backup center the Sixers have had in the Embiid era.
And it's still negative.
And then you traded him so you could go get fucking James Harden's beard for a year and a half. He was the best backup big man the Sixers have had in the Embiid era. And sure, that says a lot about, I mean, we had Greg Monroe starting a playoff game for us in 2019. Lest we forget.
Don't remind me about that painful experience.
Like,
what Greg did oh Christ, hold on. Let me.
Greg Monroe, Boban.
Hold on, Sixers Raptors Game 7. Because I have memories of a Greg Monroe plus minus. How bad was it? -9 in 2 minutes.
Generational talent.
Like, if this team could have fucking done it, man. Like, the bench in this game. Mike Scott, God bless his heart, -12 with 2 points.
It was rough.
James Ennis III, -8 with 6 points in 14 minutes. Scott was 11 minutes. Greg Monroe was -9 in 2 minutes with no points and 1 shot. Bro, what the fuck? Just like, Kyle, don't you agree that this team needs to actually get Embiid to the postseason? So, how do you get Embiid to the postseason?
Well, I'm going to pull up the current upcoming free agents that could be potential backup big men for the man, the myth, the legend, that is Joel Embiid. These are the guys hitting the free agent market this summer. Jonas Valanciunas is an unrestricted free agent with the Pelicans. Rashawn Holmes has a player option for $11.6 million with the Wizards.
I don't think he's turning that down.
Restricted free agent James Wiseman.
No, don't fall for the trap.
Nick Claxton is an unrestricted free agent. The man we just saw play against Embiid, unrestricted free agent Isaiah Hartenstein. Club option for Mo Wagner with the Orlando Magic for $8 million. That interests me a little bit, to be honest. And Mo Wagner's only 27.
I will say of all the names so far, that one's the one that most makes me go, there could be something there.
Daniel Tice is an unrestricted free agent. Mason Plumlee, what will be 36-year-old Kevin Love has a player option with the Heat. Andre Drummond is an unrestricted free agent, which it always blows my mind that we are in the realm that I always remember Andre Drummond and myself are the same age. We could bring back JaVale McGee.
No.
I do not want the Kardashian curse on this team. Tristan Thompson, find a new team. Cody Zeller is a free agent. Alex Len is a free agent. DeAndre Jordan is an unrestricted free agent. Boban, another one that kind of makes me, based on age and has this is not Boban. Christian Wood is
okay.
He's got a player option with the Lakers for $2.9 million,
which
kind of intrigues me. He's only 28.
Like, can we bring up the what? I would just like to bring up the basically now legendary 2016 Sixers Summer League roster that was Ben Simmons, Ben Simmons, Alex Caruso, Jermani Grant, Christian Wood, and your pick of Rashawn Holmes, TLC, and it's like, how has Ben Simmons become the least playable person among all those people?
Why? Also, I feel like it would be very fitting to bring Mike Muscala back.
I mean, if solely for the lone Twitter post involving a photo of him and Tyrese Maxey,
I mean, just to get the team day photo of those two together with like first day of school signs, he's the reason I'm here. Would be great. But also, I feel like it would break the multiverse, and we'd have incursions occurring everywhere if Mike Muscala walked through that door again. The Sixers need wing help so badly, but you can't re-sign Buddy Hield. Like, I know he got hot in that final game. You cannot give him a max contract. And it's just like, you also need somebody viable behind Tyrese Maxey at the guard position that's not a 38-year-old Kyle Lowry.
yeah, Kyle. So here's the thing with all this. Like, this is why I'm going to keep saying this is me pointing at healthy D'Anthony Melton going this thing.
Also, he's got a player option for $18 million, so I doubt he's going to turn that down. But man, would D'Angelo Russell be fun here?
But that's no defense.
Yeah.
Like I don't see him and his ego taking a bench spot.
I am also not saying no to bringing back 26-year-old Markelle Fultz.
Nor am I. So,
unrestricted free agent with the Orlando Magic. I would do that in a heartbeat, honestly.
I have pulled up a list of small forwards on Spot Track, and I'm gonna run them down. Kyle, ready? And now a bunch of these are everybody knows. I already know that. Gordon Hayward,
Would consider for the right price.
DeMar DeRozan.
No.
Skip over that one. Doug McDermott.
For the right price, maybe.
Batum for the right price.
Yes, I want Nick Batum back as long as he doesn't retire.
Royce O'Neal.
Yeah, maybe.
You are saying no to this one instantly for off the court reasons, and I don't disagree. Miles Bridges.
Fuck no.
Derrick Jones Jr.
Maybe.
The corpse of Jay Crowder. For the right price.
For the right price, he seems to always get to the postseason. So.
Reggie Bullock for the right price.
For the right price, he's not a playoff roster player, but for the regular season, he would be nice.
He is a restricted free agent, but I don't know if they even re-up him. Sadiq Bey.
I would love him here.
Come on, Sadiq. Anyone else interesting at all? No, I have no small forwards. Just any power forwards. I like here. LeBron James.
Just wait until we draft Bronny with that 16th pick and hold him hostage.
Robert Covington for the right price.
For the right price.
Yeah, because like Covington and Melton are a similar situation where we basically lost their seasons.
Mm-hmm. Cove is also a player that should retire a Sixer.
Yes. Can I interest you in Taurean Prince?
No.
Darius Arch, come on down.
For the right price. Get the band back together.
Thad Young, come on down. Damn, the power forward market is grim. It is grim.
Simply because of his name, and I wanted him in the draft, and he's only got a club option for $1.7 million, and he's going to be 22. I would love JT Thor on this team.
Solely for the social media content?
Yep. Also, Danilo Gallinari feels like a fucking Sixers free agent signing.
I mean, didn't we have him and then waive him?
Probably.
No, I swear we had him and just waived him in instantly. Hold on. This shows how poison. But I'm like, surely. I swear he was part of a trade to us. Okay, no, I must just be poison brain at this point. Lovely. Shooting guards.
No, he just destroyed us in the 2021 series against the Hawks.
All right. Well, Gary Trent Jr.
Maybe.
Malik Beasley. Gary Harris.
Yeah.
THC.
Good grief.
Malik Monk. Justin Holiday. Who better is quietly 35.
Insane.
Josh Richardson, come on down.
Hell no. I love Josh, but no, we've done that song and dance.
Lonnie Walker.
Yes.
Shake Milton.
Sure.
Yeah, that's basically the end. Paul George.
Isaiah Joe.
It would be hilarious if Isaiah Joe came back after Spike and Mike just continued to harass the all over it. It would be the funniest fucking thing ever. Oh god. Yeah, but it's almost like you have to draft good wings, and that sadly the New York Knicks have like 17 wings, and the Brooklyn Nets have 17 wings, so it's just New York City just has the entire what's the way to put this, the entire fiscally responsible set of NBA wing contracts.
And the state of New York has the entire feeder program to the Philadelphia 76ers.
Death.
And it's just like, this is genuinely like the put up or shut up year for Daryl Morey. And I am just like, I'm starting to convince myself more and more that the Sixers are not going to be able to accomplish anything until Josh Harris sells the team. It just feels like this ownership group is cursed, and until I mean, he's on the record recently saying that he's attempted to buy a Philadelphia sports franchise. Fucking name your price to Rob McElhaney.
Forget Rob. Just like ask Ryan Reynolds, because like
let Rob and Ryan Reynolds come through. They tried to buy the Ottawa Senators and it didn't go through. Like, they got money burning a hole in their pocket, and I'm sure Deadpool's going to make Ryan Reynolds a shit ton of money this summer.
Ryan bought into an F1 team.
Yeah.
Listen, guys. Like, I think they could put together an ownership group, which the key bad word there is group, because I don't think the NBA has a great history with groups.
Here's how you do it. your majority owners are Rob and Ryan Reynolds. Rob McElhenney, Ryan Reynolds are your majority owners. And then you get every single Philly sports fan celebrity Avenger that pops up at every game. I'm talking Ryan Phillippe. I'm talking Quinta Brunson. I'm talking Bradley
Night.
Cooper, M. Night, Lil Dicky. Like, you get all of them involved and
Kyle,
save the Sixers.
I just thought of the dumbest idea. Kevin Durant, come on down.
Why not?
Kevin Durant owns part of the Philadelphia Union. Why
Yep.
not, buddy?
Why not? Come on down. Like, I genuinely feel like if Rob McElhenney and Ryan Reynolds were the owners of this team, the good fortunes would swing in the Sixers' direction. And, like, we would get out from underneath this ownership group that just genuinely does not care about the fans. They don't care about this team. And, like, you know, they're pandering for that arena. What are we going to have? The fucking Devils minor league team playing hockey games in there at the same time as the Sixers have a playoff game? Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, get them out. Let people who actually care about it. And we see what happens in this city when you have owners that care about not only the team, but the well-being of the fans and wanting to win no matter what it takes, a la Jeffrey Lurie, a la John Middleton. You see success. Look at those. They're leaps and bounds ahead of every other team in the city right now.
And
sell the team and let people who genuinely care about the betterment and the well-being of not only the franchise, but the fans as well, take over and run things.
like they're also owners which the players very clearly love.
Mm-hmm.
But I would also say those are the two teams that have the best culture.
Agreed.
Which I think that and good owners don't necessarily go hand in hand, but it sure does help.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd say probably the group that really has the third best is the Flyers.
Yep.
Which is the weirdest thing to say after what happened over the previous 3 years.
But it feels like they're like righting the ship, and like the new guy, Dan Hilferty,
Jonesy.
I think is his name, is like the new guy in charge for Comcast Spectacor. Jonesy running the ship with Danny Briere. Like, those are people who not only the players can trust, unless your name is Quitter Gauthier, but the fans trust those people.
Yeah, or you are a journalist with the initials JS, or what was the other one? Kevin Hayes.
Oh, Anthony Sanfilippo.
AS, yeah.
Yeah, which is that whole dynamic, like, we never dove into it on this show, but such a weird thing because Crossing Broads Flyers podcast does a press row show with Dan Hilferty and Jonesy on game days. They got into a whole spat with Tortorella, and Tortorella just refused to answer anything that Sanfilippo even brought to the table.
So that reminded me of, and this is for all the top pins people. So Jurgen Klopp, famously, I forget, I think it was the Sun, but famously was like, all due respect to you guys, I'm not answering any of your questions because the Sun decided to publish this story about one of the players' personal lives. He's like, nope, I'm not talking to you guys for a bit. Sorry, not answering anything.
Well, it's not the craziest thing we've seen this week because I don't know if you saw the clip with Pat Bev.
I'm not the see. And now remind me, was it a female journalist?
It was a female, like, she's a producer at ESPN.
That's the problem. Like,
and the other problem is it felt like they were like everyone in the news was like diminishing the fact that Pat Bev kind of chucked a basketball at two people's heads. But apparently he had been doing the whole, like, are you subscribed to my podcast thing all year since he got to Milwaukee, no matter who it was.
Yeah,
that just happened to get caught on camera, and not a great look.
yeah. Like I'm given the context, I don't mind. Like if he'd been doing that all year, then like sure, but like Bud, if you're saying that to a female journalist and you just messed up major in a playoff game and you know everyone's gonna have their eyes on you, maybe read the room for a hot second.
A little bit.
It's just a little bit.
But like surface level, it is kind of funny. Like you're a player and saying like, I'm not going to talk to you unless you're subscribed to my podcast is objectively funny. That whole context though, and that whole situation, not great. I'm very intrigued to see what Pat Bev says on his podcast this week about it. Because there was a story that he was like going to be banned from ESPN, but apparently that report was not true. But yeah, I mean, say la vie to the Sixers. And I had this take that I tweeted out, Christian, that I am fully sticking to. In the brains of the Philadelphia 76ers organization, they had to play in the play-in this year. So playing against the Knicks was technically the first round mentally to them, and that is why they ended up losing.
You mean it was the second round?
That's what I mean. It's the second round to them. That's why they ended up losing, because they played 2 rounds of the actual playoffs. Tough scene. I had no expectations. This game, like the series, did not break me one way or the other, and my whole attention and mental well-being is just with the fucking best team in baseball right now, and that's all that matters. So, yeah, thanks for joining me for the Sixers, and we'll cut back for a little bit of just housekeeping. So here we go. Shout out to Christian for hopping on to break down some Sixers with your boy. Little housekeeping here. Some rumblings that everyone's favorite puppet pal, Delco Danny, has made his way to social media. Go follow him at official Delco Danny on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Been hearing he's going to be in the lab making some content in the very near future. So looking forward to the return of Delco Danny. We're on the 1-year anniversary of his face reveal, which happens in like 9 days. He made his debut on the May 15th episode of Underground Sports Philadelphia in studio. So Delco Danny has been cooking in the lab and is now on social media. So go follow him on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at official Delco Danny. Very excited to see what everyone's favorite Delco resident and first-time, long-time resident yapper has to say on the social medias. Make sure you guys are following us on the socials as well, at Underground PHI on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Facebook.com/UndergroundSportsPHI, Twitch.tv/UndergroundSportsPHI. You can follow me on Twitter at KBIZZL311 and KBIZZLE11 on Instagram and Threads. You can also follow my own personal YouTube channel at UndergroundKB, youtube.com/@UndergroundKB. If you want to check out my personal YouTube channel, I've been plotting and scheming some of my own personal content on there that is underground related and not underground related. So if you want to subscribe to my YouTube as well, go check that out. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the podcast feed on Apple and Spotify. Leave a 5-star rating and review. I genuinely mean it. It really does help the show grow in a lot of ways. So keep subscribing. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Share it with your people. Apple and Spotify. Just search Underground Sports Philadelphia. And, of course, subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel, youtube.com/@UndergroundSportsPhiladelphia. That's where you get full video episodes of this show twice a week, full video episodes of every show on our network, clips, shorts, live streams, original video content. It's all on our YouTube channel. We're at 784 subscribers right now, so smash that like button. Ring the bell icon, leave a comment down below, and subscribe. Smash that subscribe button. Let's get to 800 subscribers, guys. Come on. I know it's in you. Let's make it happen. YouTube.com/@UndergroundSportsPhiladelphia. Get your merch at PHI Apparel. PHIapparel.co. and use code Underground for 10% off your order. Just had a hiccup there. And of course, this show is presented by the city of Vineland. And whether you're a company looking to expand, relocate, or you're a new business startup, selecting the right location is critical to your success. Vineland, New Jersey offers both an affordable business location and an excellent quality of life. The city's economic development department is a one-stop source for moving your project through the development and approval process. Their goal is to make this process as smooth as possible and to provide the fastest turnaround times in the region. If you're considering potential locations for your operation, contact the Vineland Economic Development Team at 856-794-4100. That's 856-794-4100. Vineland, New Jersey, where it's always growing season. And big thank you to Security 21 Security Systems and Paul J. Gillespie Incorporated for their continued support of this podcast. This has been episode number 635 of Underground Sports Philadelphia. I'm KB for Christian. And for Delco, Danny making his return. I'm KB. I'll catch you guys on the next one. But until then, go Phils, ring it. We were always right. And I'm signing off. Peace.